Go ahead. Start. Hi, good afternoon and welcome back. My name's Susan Santos and I'm thrilled to be able to be here and also to lead this next panel discussion. Just one personal story vignette to kind of get us going in the afternoon. As I was woefully reflecting on a number of things, and I realized that it was about 35 years ago that I was sitting as an undergraduate in a chemistry class at Boston College, and we had a speaker come in from the US EPA, and he talked about this law and how it was going to really revolutionize everything in the way we thought about chemicals and chemical hazards and management. And of course, it was the Toxic Substances Control Act. And it really put me on a personal trajectory. It was after that I decided to get master's degrees in environmental engineering and public health and eventually work for the EPA a couple of years later. And so it's kind of fascinating, and yet a period of reflection 35 years later, here we are talking about TSCA, talking about reauthorization. Has it fulfilled the promise? What's yet to come? So with that kind of to set the stage, this next session is really intended to be kind of the buffet after lunch, if you will. And by that, I mean today you've heard already reflections on the fact that issues such as modeling of risk assessment, exposure assessment are really critical to the conversations that have been held thus far. And so what we want to do this afternoon is give an opportunity to talk about what are some of the things that have happened in terms of exposure assessment and risk assessment, and how does that influence what we need to do moving forward. And the best way to do that was really to take a lot of the seminal work that's been done over the past couple of years in particular that talks to these issues. And so we're going to have 4 presentations, and it was hard to make a selection of what are those reports, what are those conferences that we want to focus on, but there have been 4 that have been selected. We're going to hear about Science and Decisions, Advancing Risk Assessment, which was a report that was released in 2009. Exposure Science in the 21st Century, Vision and Strategy. I was pleased to serve on that committee. That was released in 2012. Advancing the Next Generation, Next Gen of Risk Assessment in Public Dialogue Conference. That was a meeting conference that was held in 2011. And then finally, something that's just starting, which is the Committee on the Design and Evaluation of Safer Chemical Substitutions, a framework to inform government and industry. And I think each of our 4 presenters are going to give us some thoughtful, provocative information to think about what do we do next. So with that, let me introduce our first speaker, which is John Balthus. John serves as the Senior Advisor of Public Health at the National Institute for Environmental Health Sciences. In this capacity, he serves as the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Principal to the U.S. Global Change Research Program. And then he also co-chairs the Interagency Cross-Cutting Group on Climate Change and Human Health. Dr. Balthus' background combines training and experience in clinical medicine. He has expertise in epidemiology, toxicology, and risk sciences. He's a member of the Institute of Medicine's Roundtable on Environmental Health Sciences, Research, and Medicine. And with that, John, thank you.